Sup guys, Feanor here, and today we're talking about Wrothgar gold farming. And this will be in the form of gear that we get mostly from chests, some from champion or the area bosses, if you decide you want to do that. It's totally optional. You can just chest farm. It may or may not be better. Your results will vary. But I like to throw in a couple bosses, clears up some of the monotony, and I just seem to get really good drops from them more often. I do not know if that's just random chance or if there is a better drop table, but that is how I do it. So I will be talking a little bit more, and then the rest of the video will just be me showcasing certain things like the drops that I get from simple all the way up to master chests, and showing that it doesn't really matter. I mean, the master and advanced chests, you'll have a higher chance of getting multiple pieces, which increases your drop chance. It'll make it to where you don't have to upgrade the pieces. But there's no saying you aren't going to get an epic piece of gear that's garbage. Or a green piece of gear that's going to be worth 200 to 400k upgraded. So the chests in this zone and some of these zones where you're looking for gear specifically really don't matter, the quality. The only thing is, like, with simple chests, you have a pretty good chance of not getting a set piece. So you'll get like rubedite or ancestral something. Those suck, but I would still get every single chest. As to where some other chest farms you avoid simple, sometimes even intermediate. This zone, all of them. All right, and then the next thing I'm going to talk about is that you can just take the gear out of these chests. You can take all the loot out of it and just sell them as is and make a profit. That's called a clean profit. You're picking it up. It costs you nothing after that. Post it on the auction house, make your money. But the reality is a lot of these pieces will say a certain price, but if you have the actual price points memorized, or at least you know a general idea of what stats are important on these pieces of gear, you can make a ton more money by upgrading it yourself. Of course, I would not advise doing that if you have not upgraded your crafting skills at all. But if you have the ability to upgrade gear to epic and legendary for the reduced material cost, you're going to make hand over fist more gold by selling them in those qualities than if you were to sell them at their green or blue base quality when you got them. And I'm going to go over that a little bit. I'll showcase that in the game video later on. I'll give like price points of what I could have made on it, and then what I either already made on it or what I'm going to be making off of it. And I have sold these pieces for years now. The prices fluctuate all over the place. At some point I was making $1 million per piece on some of these, and now they're more in like the 200 to 400k range depending on how good the market's doing. If it goes down to like 100k on some of the pieces, I just avoid it, or I'll store them for a while until the market fixes itself. There will also be some footage in here of the less exciting portions of this farm, but still worth noting. So you're going to get some gold off of breaking things down, and you're going to get some gold from vendoring garbage. And that will vary as well if you use like Miri as a follower. There might be other variations and things you can do in this, but I just personally use Miri when I do chest farming. I actually use her most of the time anyway. But she gives you little satchels, and they can have either raw gold in them, vendored items, or patterns. I don't find that the patterns are ever really valuable, but it's either something I didn't have in the past, or just another thing to vendor. Maybe send it to an alt or something. But just getting that little bit extra in this farm, I'll show you the amount of money that you can accrue from that. So there's just like also an additional little change in your pocket on top of these massive things that we're really looking for. You can also sell a lot of the items that I choose not to. I rather break them down or vendor them, to be honest, because they're more in like the 1,000 to 3,000 range, and I just can't be bothered. I have way too many things to sell all the time. But you might be in a bit a different position, and you might want to try to squeeze those for all they're worth, and maybe you don't have enough time to farm for a bunch of really high cost items, and you just want to sell what you got. Do it. It's totally fine. Some even go up to 10, but it's more of a struggle to get rid of them, so I just don't bother. So Yeah, keep an eye out for those. Check your prices. If you're going to do this farm a lot and get really familiar with it, that's what I would advise. I'd advise picking a farm, getting super used to it, getting it down pat, and then if the market dwindles a bit, like maybe you've been farming too much or other people have been farming too much and now the price is down, that's when you branch out, look for another farm, cycle it, do other things. But the prices stay pretty good for ESO's player base. It's a little shocking, but the turnover is always there. If the prices go down for like a week or two, they usually bounce back after that, and then we're back into making the big money. So hope you guys enjoy the video. Let me know in the comments if you want to know anything else about this farm, have any questions, comments. Maybe I missed something per usual. And then like, comment, subscribe, the whole thing. So yeah, thanks. Enjoy.
at the next pub. As long